Music Factory 2. Basic Concepts. Unit 3. Let's revise the definition of an interval. An interval is the distance between two different sounds. We have already studied different types of intervals: ascending, descending, conjunct, disjunct, melodic, harmonic, simple and compound. We are going to focus on the interval quantity, since intervals may be classified according to the number of lines and spaces in the stave, between the first and the last note, both included. Look at the second interval. C on the first ledger line, and D on the next space. This interval spans one line and one space. The third interval starts with C on the first ledger line, continues with a space, and finishes with E on the first line. This means 3 steps. A fourth interval spans 4 steps. In the example, it starts on C on the first ledger line, followed by a space, a line, and then F on the first space. This pattern continues until we reach an octave. An octave interval, 8VE, for short, means there are 8 steps between the first note, C on the first ledger line, and another C on the third space. Another aspect referring to intervals is their quality. Intervals may be classified as major, represented by a capital M, minor, a lowercase m, perfect, a capital P, augmented, a capital A, and diminished, a lowercase d, based on the number of tones and semitones within the interval. In this unit, we are paying attention to major intervals, especially to second, third, sixth and seventh intervals. Major second intervals. The notes are one tone apart. For example, the interval between C and D. The interval between D and E is also a second major interval. And the same for the interval between F and G. It is a second major interval. Here's a tip to identify second intervals easily. When using notes without accidentals, all second intervals are major, except BC and EF, which are minor intervals. A major third interval means that it spans 2 tones. Look at the example. Between C and E there are 2 tones. The same applies to the interval between F and A. All in all, when using notes without accidentals, the third interval CE, FA and GB are major. The rest are minor. A major sixth interval spans 4 tones and a semitone between the notes, as in the interval from C to A. Finally, if we talk about seventh intervals, there are 5 tones and 1 semitone between the 2 notes. Look at the image for this example. The interval from C to B consists of 2 tones, a semitone, and 3 tones. Summarizing, it contains 5 tones and a semitone. Now let's talk about 9/8 time signature. It is a compound triple meter, because it consists of 3 beats, each containing a group of 3 quavers. In 9/8 time signature, the upper number, 9, indicates the number of time units per bar, while the bottom number, 8, determines the unit of time, which in this case is a quaver. Altogether, there are 9 quavers per bar. The 9/8 time signature can be measured forming a triangle in the air with your hand as shown in the image and video.
The end.